Tippy time, my damies, Top Cat here and welcome back to the channel. And today we're turning the meta upside down on our Solar Titan. Bows are very hot right now and that's what I primarily was using, but the Fire and Ice build plays well with many unique combinations, of which we'll cover later in this video. In the past I've said that only Hunters and some Warlocks should bow, so I've made this devil. And with him we'll create hell on earth and cinder all with hellfire. And with 7 ways to scorch, it is a certainty. There will be a dim link in the description below. Make sure to thumb it if you liked it. With that said, we begin with what some might deem surprising. Our exotic is the Khepri's Horn. It got a rework 6 months back, but it's blown somewhat under the radar. But honestly, it's a lot better than most give it credit for. Its original perk was to shoot out a wave of fire similar to that of our thermite grenades. This shoots out 17 meters, the flame will then return back to your barricade. It does 101 damage per hit, so ideally you want to be around 14 meters away from your target so you can hit those double hit points. But when it got buffed, they added Scorch to this attack. Each wave applies 45 Scorch for a medium Scorch level. Now obviously in the Crucible this is largely irrelevant. If our target is hit by both waves, they're already dead. But if they just take on one of these waves, we can then apply some more Scorch damage to get an ignition. Now a lot of you had written this off as a bit of a meme. That's the way I started playing it. I just wanted to joke around, but it does get kills. And as we've seen from our Strand Hunter and his Shadow Clone Jutsu, adding more damage to our ability roster is never a bad option. We also have our barricade up all the damn time as solar final blows recharge your barricade. It doesn't discriminate either, weapons or abilities, you'll get barricade energy. Even the barricade kills will return barricade energy. The best thing about it, it's currently so off meta, in 6s people just aren't expecting it. Now either barricade will work, but I prefer the rally. It's got a better base cooldown at 38 seconds compared to the towers a minute 10. Of course I'm running 100 resilience as any good Titan should, so at base we can get these waves of fire every 23 seconds. But through solar kills we can have a barrage back in as little as 6 seconds. I personally like the rally, it's underrated and still offers protection and faster reloads, and yes, this works on our bow. We're using the incendiary grenade as not only does it yeet the best, but it also offers the best scorch. It does a heavy scorch, so literally any other additional scorch effect will light them up like the 4th of July. Or even just with one grenade hitting some guardians holding each other's pockets, they share that scorch for big bangs. Now I know a lot of you guardians were writing off the consecration aspect, but trust, once you get your timings and range down, it is honestly crazy how good this thing is. Its range will leap from 22 meters, sending out a scorch wave, then slam down at 14 meters, and it incinerates everything in front of you with a 14 meter radius. At first it took some getting used to. I would always overcommit. I found the best success when attacking groups of 2 to 3 guardians. More than that and you're just going to get gunned down while doing it. You're at the most vulnerable at the top of the animation as you'll be getting that hang time like Mikey J. Try and approach from around the corner so your head is up nice and high, making the chances of getting those crits on you slightly less. Solo Invictus because you can't solo without sunspots, and you can clean up kills around corners. Hammer Strike is still the go-to as a maiming tool and movement tool. Don't use Bonk in Crucible, you're just going to end up losing it as you're always in slap fights unless you're running double melee buttons. It'll also set off an ignition on a kill. Scorch is not only there to make our Guardian popcorn, Scorches deal damage over time. So this way our wounded enemy can't heal, and with that dot damage we can track our prey. and go in hard for that strike. Ember of Ashes is a must, allowing us to apply more Scorch stacks. We've got 2 melees, 1 grenade, a super, 2 weapon slots capable of Scorch, we got sunspots, and now a barricade, all of which will be buffed from this fragment. Eruptions makes our solar ignitions bigger, and boy does it make them bigger. Char, your ignition spreads Scorch to affected targets, and Searing grants us melee energy when we defeat Scorched targets. And it makes us a Fire Sprite, giving us grenade energy. This build will suit your favorite incandescent weapon. You want a subby? Mini Miter is still the tits. Drang has been the GOAT's item for the longest of times. And we all know how good the Amit has been the last few months with all those AR buffs. Our maps are also getting bigger and the staccato will thrive there. Hell, we've even got 3 great trace rifles. But for me, it's just guts to be the Tyranny of Heaven from the Last Wish raid. It's a lightweight and we can craft it with a draw time masterwork. Elastic string will then push that draw time down even further. I've got this puppy sitting at 500. This does significantly drop our accuracy though. Prior to the lightweight changes, this bow was just unusable, but now I'm crit shotting peeps half a map away. It might only have 28 accuracy, but it's got 81 aim assist. With that, you'll be popping heads like a tweener pre-prom. Compact arrow shaft increases our reload speed for better knocking, and handling to make us all nimbly bimbly like. Enhanced Dragonfly, precision final blows create an elemental damage explosion, and with that enhanced trait we also gain a reload bump. That will then spread our incandescent even further. Most of the time I craft bows with our builds for knocking speed bonuses, but when I saw these 2 damage perks sitting side by side, I couldn't not do it. I found the Tyranny still performed well in a duel, but the AoE damage perks, it really did dissipate one of the bow's weakest points. Taking on multiple targets really did become much easier and made holding down choke points a delight. Its trait Explosive Pact also worked really well with this build. This weapon gains bonus stability and reload speed when we activate our grenade ability. I like this bow with the Icarus mod, as I would often get an aerial cleanup. I've been running this build with Ice. It played well with the Aegis and the Staccato on Eternity. I also paired the Conditioner with Mini Miter. That was a lot of fun on Anomaly. I used a Wicked Implement and Drang on Fortress. Very good. And the Verglass is just straight up getting slept on. But I ended up maining this build with the Cryesthesia. This has all the stats and neat tricks to boot. Get a kill, heavy reload, then freeze your next target. It's tons of fun and just as deadly. And it's great with a build like this, as we've always got something in our war chest capable of taking down our little frozen statue as we cackle away. Like most of our exotics, yes, it's got a perk that is really cool, but it is really just a great gun. With 91 aim assist and 72 range, this close range weapon will push way past this item's usual means. Our mods are going to be the usual Crucible suspects. I'm stacking harmonic targeting, double stacking harmonic reload. I've got a harmonic dexterity, but feel free to swap this out for a fastball if you just can't live without it. I'm going triple unflinching. Reaper is a must, as we will be in olfactory. This build plays around our barricade, so you'll have plenty of them. Outreach will give us melee energy and bomber grenade energy on our barricade plants. We get a kill, make that orb, insulation reduces our class, innovation reduces our grenades, and invigoration reduces our melees. Honestly, it's pretty rare not to have 2 abilities on the trot. This build will surprise you, and it is really quite versatile with your weapon loadouts, but most importantly guys, it's super fun. It's wild, it's dangerous, it's a $100 hooker in $1,000 sheets. But give it a go for yourself, leave a comment and tell me your thoughts. There will be a dim link in the description below. Make sure to thumb it if you liked it, it really does help. Sub if you're new, and until next time, tippy time my damies, what a tie.